What up, YouTube? Finally getting some more Pokemon Showdown live for you guys. Today we're just going to be doing some regular old OU, not UU like the past couple ones. And we're just going to get right into it. Today we're going to be using an offensive sand team, although it's a little bouncy with stuff like Hippowdon and Ferrothorn. Up against a randomish team. He's got double priority. Alakazam's a great revenge killer as well, probably with Focus Sash. Let's see, I'm just going to start off and get my sand up with Hippowdon into Jellicent. With that, we're just going to switch into Ferrothorn. It can, the best it can do is potentially try and burn us with Scald or Will-O-Wisp. Might have the taunt. There's the taunt. And, he probably wants, if he has Will-O-Wisp, he probably wants Will-O-Wisp right off the bat. If he just has Scald, he has a 30% chance to burn. Yep, we're just going to go Power Whip. We can always weaken this Jellicent. Oh, and he switches right out. So that, I'm not sure if that tells us a whole lot. Because he might just not want to risk the Will-O-Wisp missing or not getting a burn with Scald. Into Garchomp, he shows the Rocky Helmet, which tells us it might be defensive or it might just be a lead chomp with Stealth Rocks, and it's definitely a Stealth Rock setter. We're just going to go right into Hippowdon, and we can set up our own. While he does his, there's his. Now he's either going to Swords Dance or maybe just go right for an Earthquake. We're going to Stealth Rock up, get that passive damage. Really going to help on stuff like Weavile. He shows a Dragon Tail. That's kind of a cool move, I guess. We're going to go into Ferrothorn, and we're going to protect next turn to scout for the Fire Blast. Oh, and it gets the critical hit Earthquake. Alright. We're just going to protect. We get a little bit of... and he's just Earthquaking again. We're going to go... we're going to do a bit of a risky play. We're going to go to Landorus, hoping he just Earthquakes again. He could very well Dragon Tail, which would be not very good for us. Here you go, into Landorus. Earthquakes. Nice. Okay. We're just going to Earth Power. I think it will take out Chomp. To be honest, I'm not sure. Here we go, Earth Power. Into Scizor, it's going to do a hefty chunk. Take it right out. That's why Landorus is being suspect tested. If you guys don't follow, and Smogan's down at the moment of this recording. Smogan's been down, but they are suspect testing Landorus. I very recently got the requirement for voting in that suspect test. Sorry, let's make a move first. We're gonna go into Ferrothorn. It's pretty weak. Oh, and he pursuits. That's kind of a cool move. I can dig it. So yeah, they're suspect testing Landorus, and I recently made the requirements needed to vote on that. You needed a 2,000 rating and a 65 deviation on both the suspect ladder and the current ladder. Anyway, into Weavile. He probably has low kick here. We're gonna set up a Leech Seed. If he doesn't have the low kick, then we're gonna be able to bring Ferrothorn's health up a little bit, because it is looking pretty weak after that critical hit. So there you go, into Landorus. Got the Leech Seed up, which is great because this team is, well, we still got Gengar. We're gonna go right into Gengar. It's our Landorus check, and he switches right out into Alakazam, who's also a big threat, no doubt. We're gonna go right into Ferrothorn. We don't need Ferrothorn too much more, because he's really just got offensive threats left. So we're okay with sacking this Ferrothorn if need be. More than likely. We're gonna Power Whip here to try and break his Sash if he has one. Hidden Power Fire, that tells us he doesn't have Hidden Power Ice. Now we're gonna go into Hippowdon He doesn't have Psychic because he has Psy-Shock. We're just gonna Earthquake here. And he switches out into Landorus. I was kind of thinking he was gonna do that move anyway. But we're gonna go right back into Gengar. That's our Landorus check. He might U-turn here though. Try and get out. Hidden Power Ices. And we're just gonna fire off a Shadow Ball. It would take Landorus out at this health or dent something. So again, yeah, let's go back to the suspect discussion. Landorus is being suspect tested, which means they're testing to see whether or not they want to ban it to the Uber tier. It's pretty much because of the Sheer Force set. A lot of people find it breaks through a lot of teams. The Rock Polish set of Sheer Force is definitely top 3 best late game sweepers in the game. And the U-turn set with U-turn over Rock Polish just dismantles balanced and stall teams because all the best Landorus switches like Latias and Celebi are weak to U-turn, and it can just U-turn into something like Tyranitar and Pursuit Trap those teams, those Mons. And the big discussion before Smogon went down was about the core of Keldeo, Landorus, and Tyranitar. The core is utilized because Tyranitar eliminates the shared checks of Landorus and Keldeo. So he's switching Jellicent here and took the Shadow Ball. We're just going to fire off another one. And it will take out the Jellicent. He's probably going to sack Jellicent, which would be great because then Keldeo, that removes his best check to Keldeo. So if we can break Alakazam's Sash, Keldeo will clean up. He's gone into Weavile. That's alright, we're gonna just have to sack Gengar here more than likely. Yep, there's the Pursuit. We're gonna go into Hippo and just Whirlwind. Whirlwind will guarantee Weavile's death. You know what? We're not going to. We're just going to slack off. He can't switch out because he'll die to Stealth Rocks, and otherwise he'll die to Life Orb and Sandstorm. So we're just going to slack off here. So yeah, the Keldeo, Landorus, Tyranitar core was thought to be so strong because of Tyranitar's ability to remove Pokemon like Celebi and Jellicent and the Latias and Latios, and it really helps Landorus and Keldeo sweep. Okay, he's gone into Landorus. We're gonna have to Whirlwind here because we don't want him setting up a Rock Polish because then he sweeps our team. There you go. He's just gonna Earth Power. We Whirlwind him out into Garchomp, into Chomp. We're just gonna slack off. The Earthquakes doesn't quite take us out. Okay, we're gonna Earthquake. No. We'll probably Whirlwind here because we don't want him to continuously switch in Landorus. Oh, okay. Pokemon Showdown didn't like our cancel there. So, Scarf Keldeo is in. We can just start hitting that Surf. So yeah, I have found through laddering to get these suspect requirements that I'm starting to lean towards Landorus is broken. Anyway, he's into Alakazam. We're gonna sack Hippowdon here. It's no longer useful. And he'll take us out with his next attack. We're just gonna Earthquake. Yep, down goes Hippowdon, and now we can go into Stoutland. And we're just gonna start hitting that return. Break the Sash, he'll probably take us out here if Focus Blast misses. Alright, but that Focus Blast miss didn't matter because we had the Scarf Keldeo to clean up If the Focus Blast hit, he takes out Stoutland. We go into Scarf Keldeo, and we just hit Surf and win. He's giving us a little face. I have Scarf Keldeo. He's saying 70% chance to win, which is not true. So yeah, I'm starting to lean towards Landorus is broken. U-turn Landorus, which is on this team, just ravages balanced and stalled teams pretty much by itself. And you just want to end up running offense. And I mean, Black and White OU is an offensive metagame, but U-turn Landorus at the moment is really stopping those kind of teams. So we have won the first game, and we're just gonna go for another one. Here we go, up against a rain team, utilizing Doug Trio, but that's alright, we have Hippowdon. He does have Dragonite, could potentially be a problem, you know, if it has Roost, or if it's the sub Roost set, that would be bad. Anyway, I'm going to lead with Ferrothorn. He's going to lead with Politoed. I'm going to protect here. You know, I don't have to play risky yet. He's probably going to go into Fortress or Focus Blast. There you go. Which means he's Choice Spect or Choice Scarfed. With that knowledge, we're going to Gengar. There you go, we're immune. We can now set up a sub for free. His best bet is to go into Jirachi, because it's probably specially defensive. Which means he has Thunder and Iron Head, which means we can't. Oh, he's going into Fortress. Alright, so I guess I get that play, because he's just going to start setting up hazards. Toxic Spikes can kind of be annoying. Here we're going to go Shadow Ball just to break Sturdy. He Gyro Balls. We're going to go with Disable, so he can't Gyro Ball us anymore. He sets up Rocks. Hopefully this isn't a double hazard Fortress. I have a feeling it is. There it is. But, you know, this is how you have to play it. This team doesn't have Spinner. Focus Blast misses. Alright, he's definitely cussed out now that I look at it. He doesn't have the leftovers. Oh, Focus Blast showing white is just the worst move in the game. We're gonna go for one more, see if we can't connect one. But, you know, that's the risk you run by using Focus Blast. You know, if you don't want to miss, use HP Fighting, as Joey says. Poke Aim, rather. So there you go, Gyro Balls again. We're just gonna Disable again. All these hazards are definitely a problem. Ferrothorn, Keldeo, Stoutland, and Hippowdon are all whittled down with these hazards. So he's gone into Vaporeon, who is definitely an annoying Pokemon in the rain. For anyone who doesn't know, Vaporeon has an ability called Hydration, which means in the rain, status effects, it just cures them in the rain. So it has 100% free rest. So it has 100% recovery for free. So here we go. We've got the Leech Seed up, and we're just gonna Power Whip. I have a feeling he's just gonna keep. Oh, he's gonna switch into Politoed. All right, I don't get that play. Maybe he wasn't expecting us to stay in. Maybe go into, I don't know, Hippowdon. That's kind of weird. So he's gone into Doug Trio, which is gonna set up Leech Seed. Doug Trio really doesn't threaten us. Now we are free. Yeah, I'm gonna set up some spikes. I can. He's just gonna keep earthquaking with Doug Trio. Protect, keep getting that leechy damage up. I don't know if I want to set up all my hazards, because, well, no, I'm going to. Forget that. Definitely. Switches out into Fortress. Okay. We're just gonna go into Gengar. Definitely. He could Gyro Ball here and take us out. But, yep, there you go. That's a good, safe play by him. But now, we can go into Landorus, who threatens his entire team with between Earth Power and Hidden Power Ice. So here we go, just gonna click Earth Power. And this is, you know, I'm still on the fence about whether Landorus is broken or not. Alright, he's gone into Vaporeon. We're gonna bring in Hippowdon. He's just scalding here, but I want to get rid of this rain so we can have an easier time taking out this Vaporeon. There you go, he rests, but now he's well, he's not perma asleep. We're gonna set up rocks and then whirlwind him out if we can. Yeah, but it is on this team, this offensive sand team I'm running. It always does its job. Landorus is always really key in taking apart an opponent's team. So he's going into Doug Trio. We're just going to keep whirlwinding, try and rack up entry hazard damage, try and break Dragonite's multi-scale. Just gone into Vaporeon, and it's asleep, so we don't have to. It will be asleep for at least one more turn. Oh, and there we go, a forfeit. Cool. And we've got Pokemon Showdown. Oh, there we go. I was staying up for a little too long. We're gonna try and get one more in here. These have been pretty good battles so far. So we've got a totally offensive team up. Now, with these kind of teams, I feel like he's gonna lead with Breloom. Usually I would like to lead with Hippowdon and try and get a Prox immediately. For Dragonite, for Volcarona, helps a lot for Cloyster. But a lot of people know that and they lead with Breloom, so we're gonna lead with Gengar. And he leads with Cloyster. Alright. We're just gonna Shadow Ball. I have a feeling since he's leading with it, it's Focus Sashed. So we need to break that as quickly as possible. There you go, Focus Sash. He Shell Smashes. And yeah, Gengar, unfortunately, is gonna have to be sacked. We really want to get up Stealth Rocks with Hippowdon. Ferrothorn is really helpful against Latios and even Dragonite. Stoutland is great against offensive teams once it gets sand up. Landorus, though, maybe we sack Landorus because Gengar is really helpful against Breloom, who's gonna have pretty much a free switch into Ferrothorn. Landorus can't do a whole lot against boosted threats, but is really threatening by itself. You know what? I'm gonna sack Landorus. I know I was just saying it's usually my MVP, but I just have a feeling. So we're gonna go into Hippowdon. I know it lives at least one set of Icicle Spear, I'm pretty sure, without Life Orb. Cloyster dies to Sand next turn, and we can take this turn to set up rocks. Oh man! You know what? I might be running specially defensive. That's a huge misplay, because we're not going to get rocks up now. Now we're going to go into Keldeo. It's pretty threatening to most of his team. Into Jirachi, I have a feeling it's going to be Scarfed. We're just going to go into Ferrothorn. even though it definitely gives a free switch in to Breloom. Oh man, I can't believe we sacked Hippowdon there. I'm pretty sure I'm running specially defensive Hippowdon and defensive Ferrothorn, now that I think about it. So U-turns right into Breloom, and we need to sack. I hope. See, this is where Gyro Ball is sometimes better than Power Whip on Ferrothorn, because we really can't do much of anything to this Breloom. We don't want to go directly into Gengar, because while that's our main check, it could just be spored on the switch. We're just gonna have to go for spikes. Hope he spores. There we go. There's the spore. That's good. Now we can go into Gengar. Breloom is one of the bigger threats to this team, along with Cloyster, I guess. Ah, oh, I can't believe that. But now I think about it, Hippowdon, even if it's defensive, I think he might lose to Icicle Spear. I think I was just overestimating how bulky it is. Uh-oh, he has to get a low Bullet Seed roll, and he does, thankfully. So now we can at least get some damage off on Breloom. Shadow Ball, he switches into Jirachi. It's a good play. I think we have to, unfortunately. Stoutland can't revenge. Uh-oh, this is not looking good for us right now. Jirachi. Gonna Iron Head here. We could potentially, you know what, we're gonna have to start making some risky plays. Gonna go into Ferrothorn. He has the Iron Head here. Yep. And now we're gonna go back into Gengar, anticipating the Breloom. Oh, and he goes into Dragonite. Okay. Broke. Oh, see, Leftovers Dragonite. I have a feeling I've seen this team actually a couple times when I was laddering for suspect requirements. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I fought this guy on my alt. Don Perp. Leave a comment if you figure out the what those alt names are referencing. Mikey Orange and Don Perp. Okay, into Dragonite. It's unfortunate we can't set up a sub here. We have to break multi-scale. Oh man, this is definitely a threat, this Leftovers Dragonite. Alright, have to Shadow Ball. 24%, not a lot. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go into Ferrothorn. And hopefully he'll just Outrage off the bat. See, that's what I was hoping he wouldn't do. I'm pretty sure we lost this. I have a feeling he's gonna Fire Punch. We're just gonna start clicking. Leech Seed, he's just gonna keep DDing. We need to wake up. We have to cross your fingers, wake up. Oh no, no. He Fire Punches. So that's gonna be GG. He's gonna be able to sweep us with this Dragonite. But you know, you win some, you lose some. Currently, these were my ratings. Yeah, we definitely lost this one. On this Mikey Orange alt that I was just playing around with, we've gone 29-5 with this team. And then here's the alt I used to get suspect requirements. This is what you need. You need over 2,000 or 2,000 and a 65 deviation for the OU and for the current and the suspect test. So here you go. He's gonna Fire Punch, and he can definitely take out Keldeo. So there you go. Super offensive team. Took us apart. Really, if I think about it, sacking Hippowdon, that was our downfall, because we really needed rocks up for stuff like this. But you know what? I think that's just what happens. If you ladder too much, you will make misplays. So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think Landorus is broken? For a long time I didn't, but while laddering, I just started to think more and more that it might be. Because I did on this alt, I used more stall oriented or balance even teams, definitely in the beginning of these ladder runs, and they definitely had a problem if the opponent had a U-turn Landorus. And while I'm not sure if that's reason enough to ban it, but it is definitely a big factor. Anyway, I think we're gonna cut it there and finish it up. I will hopefully be doing more uploads in the next few days. Sorry it's been so long since the last one, but that's just how it's gonna be. But I'm definitely still making videos and will hopefully be putting them out quicker and quicker. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.